Tinyahawa, Broka Tinyahawa Shai, Bahashem Rakakadesh, Kwam Jasharala, greetings to the hopeful elect. Alright, led by the Spirit. We're going to do Galatians chapter 4, 5, and 6. Let's get edified. Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, does not differ at all from a slave, though he is a master of all, but is under guardians and stewardships until the time appointed by the Father. Even so, we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world. But when the fullness of the time had come, Elohim sent forth his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those who were under the law, that might receive the adoption as sons. And because you are sons, Elohim has sent forth the Spirit of his Son into your hearts, crying out, Abba, Father. Therefore you are no longer a slave, but a son. And if a son, then an heir of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Basically is that if you took in this truth, man, you can't revert back to your ways, you know what I'm saying? You got to put down everything that used to be wicked in your life, because now you have been reborn into this gospel, That's what it says. Now, proceed, it says, fears for the church. But then, indeed, when you did not know Elohim, you serve those which by nature are not gods, paganism. But now, after you have known Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, or rather are known by Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, how is it that you turn again to the weak and beggarly elements to which you desire again to be in bondage? Basically, don't revert, man, because the flesh fights with the spirit and the spirit fights with the flesh. So, yeah, I'll use myself for example. I came from filth and everything, and there's times when I desire to have lust, fornication, or to, get drunk or high, all these things, but you know what? I know that's no good for me, man. It just leads to death. So why should I revert when I've already been walking in the light? That's what it's saying. You observe days and months and seasons and years. I am afraid for you, lest I have labored for you in vain. Brethren, I urge you to become like me, for I become like you. You have not injured me at all. You know that because of physical infirmity, I preached that gospel to you at the first. And my trial, which was in my flesh, you did not despise or reject, but you received me as an angel of Elohim, even as Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. What then was the blessing you enjoyed? For I bear you witness that if possible you would have plucked out your own eyes and gave them to me. Have I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? They zealously court you, but for no good. Yes, they want to exclude you, that you may be zealous for them. But it is good to be zealous in a good thing always, and not only when I am present with you. My little children, for whom I labor in birth again until Yahweh Shai is formed in you. I would like to be present with you now and to change my tone, for I have doubts about you. Yeah, man, basically Paul's telling you about anybody that's coming to acceptance of the truth and be baptized in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, it starts, backsliding, reverting back to your old ways, man. That's what he's concerned about. So let's proceed. It says 2 covenants here. Tell me, you who desire to be under the law, do you not hear the law? For it is written that Abraham had 2 sons, the one by the bondwoman, the other by a free woman. But he who was of the bondwoman was born according to the flesh, and he of the free woman through promise, which things are symbolic. For these are the 2 covenants, the one from Mount Sinai, which gives birth to bondage, which is Hagar. For this Hagar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, and corresponds to Jerusalem, which now is, and is in bondage with her children. But Jerusalem above is free, which is the mother of us all. For it is written, Rejoice, O barren, you who do not bear, break forth and shout, you who are not in labor, for the desolate has many more children than she who has a husband. Now we, brethren, as Isaac was, are children of promise. But as he who was born according to the flesh, then persecuted him who was born according to the Spirit, even so it is now. Nevertheless, what does the Scripture say? Cast out the bondwoman and her son, for the son of bondwoman shall not be heirs with the sons of a free woman. So then, brethren, we are not children of bondage, but of the free. Basically, bondage means eventually break out of your bondages of sin, whatever it is, sexual immorality, fornication, adultery, vices, robbing, lying, whatever it is, man, whatever it makes you unfit, man, break free from it, because you've already been given it, you've already received the Spirit. It says, Yahweh Shai Masshiac's liberty. Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty by which Adonai Masshiach Yahweh Shai has made us free, and do not be entangled again with a yoke of bondage. Don't revert to your sinful ways. Indeed, I, Paul, say to you that if you become circumcised, Yahweh will profit you nothing. And I testify again to every man who becomes circumcised that he is a debtor to keep the whole law. You have become estranged from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. You who attempt to be justified by law, you have fallen from grace. For we through the Spirit eagerly wait for the hope of righteousness by faith. For in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh neither circumcision nor uncircumcision avails anything, but faith working through love. Basically, it means that you can say whatever you want, man, but if you're not walking in faith, then it's no good, man. Love fulfills the law, it says. You ran well who hindered you from obeying the truth. This persuasion does not come from him who calls you. A little leaven leavens the whole lump. I have confidence in you, in Adonai Masshiac, that you will have no other mind, but he who troubles you shall bear his judgment. Bear his judgment, whoever he is. And I, brethren, if I still preach circumcision, why do I still suffer persecution? Then the offense of the cross has ceased. I could wish that those who trouble you would even cut themselves off. For you, brethren, have been called to liberty, only to not use liberty as an opportunity for the flesh, but through love serve one another. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this: you should love your neighbor as yourself. But if you bite and devour one another, beware lest you be consumed by another. Yeah, basically, don't go on the warpath, man. What says here, walk in the Spirit. I say then, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary to one another, so that you do not do the things that you wish. But if you are led by the Spirit, you are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are evident, which are adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lewdness, idolatry, sorcery, hatred, contentions, jealousies, outbursts of wrath, selfish ambitions, dissensions, heresies, envy, murders, drunkenness, revelries, and the like, of which I tell you beforehand, just as I have told you in time past, that those who practice such things will not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, peace, joy, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law. And those who are in Adonai Masshiac Yahweh have crucified the flesh with its passions and desires. If we live in spirit, let us walk